Well, I was having a discussion with a young lady online the other day. Got on the subject of free college, government taking care of the college fees for everybody. She felt it's a right of the people to free education. And I kind of realized from that conversation there was one little statement she made. I understand. And I think, folks, we may be fighting a losing cause against socialism. We might just have to bend over and take it. I made a statement, the more you ask the government to do for you, the fewer freedoms you have. It's not pretty when you give the government too much power. When you make something right, a right, the government is required to fulfill your rights even to the point of force. Her reply was, that doesn't scare me. The rights people think they need aren't all the rights I think I need. She's not scared of government control. Matter of fact, it kind of sounds like she's in favor of more government control. I'm not sure how we argue against that. I guess freedom is not as important as your desires. As long as the government gives me the desires I want, I'm good. But tell me, are you willing to give Donald Trump more power over your lives? That's what you're asking for. Yeah, someday you may get a Democrat president, and then you're going to get a Republican president, and then Democrat, and then Republican. So which one are you willing to give all your rights and freedoms to? I think socialism is based on the theory that most people are bad, especially the rich. So this makes it justified to make a law that the government can enforce to make all those bad people do the right thing because they're evil and not capable. So we need to use the government to force them to be good people. Now, a lot of people come back at me and say, well, you're a Christian. Don't you believe in helping the poor? Oh, yes, I do. Christ told the church and me personally to care for the poor. But I don't remember Christ saying that the government was to mandate caring for the poor. I think that's every person's personal responsibility to care for the poor, not the government. But if this young lady's not scared of losing her rights and her freedoms and letting the government protect her from herself, I don't know what we can do. Except that hope someday as they grow, and they gain some wisdom, they realize that more government is not the answer. Bottom line, the more power you give government, the more responsibility you place on government, the less freedom you have, the less freedom I have. It winds up being a mob rule. Whoever's the most in charge, who's ever got that 51%, rules the country. Be it atheist, Christian, or Muslim. That's not the way the Founding Fathers set the country up. They didn't want the country to be ruled by 51% of the people. They wanted the states represented. They wanted the states to have their own ability to govern their own people, not a vast federal government to overrule and force their opinions upon every individual and state. And there was a reason for that, because that's how this country has survived. On the individual, not the group, the individual, an American. Millions upon millions immigrated into this country and became Americans. They may have been from China, Egypt, Africa, but they are Americans today. That's our strength. Diversity. Yeah, you got to have a lot of people. That means a lot of diversity. But diversity in identity politics doesn't work. You're either an American or you're not. And you work for the success of your country. Now, as a conservative, one in the definition of it, one of the things I liked was slow to change. Not never change, slow to change, cautious to change. And the way I see it, the government we have established in this country for over 200 years has worked and is working better every day. So I'm slow to change, especially when you can't show me that the old way is not working and that we need a new way of it working. Be an American, be responsible, cherish your freedom, because the government can take it away very easily given the authority.